Hello there you guys, welcome to another one of my live videos, and today I'm just going to be officially updating you on some current more latest transfer rumours that's currently going on in the press. So I'm going to be discussing with you today on this current video about some transfer news that's going on as I have done earlier on the day. So before I get into it, I'll drop your comments, likes below on the channel if you do consider subscribe as always, as we always do on this channel. So we're going to be doing like transfer daily shows the majority of January as we all currently now expect some deals will be struck in January. So I still think there's certain areas that that currently Manchester United have to address. I think we still need a central defender. I think we still need a defensive midfielder because Matic is too slow, as we all currently know. I think we potentially need a winger as well. So I think there are key areas where Manchester United need to address. And reportedly, Ed Woodward had made it clear we're going to get £50 million to spend in this January window. So potentially Ed Woodward are backing him. But we know a few potential targets, that Man United have been interested in. We know Koulibaly's been mentioned. Toby Alderweireld's been mentioned. Milan Skriniar's been mentioned. So we have been linked to quite a few central defenders, as we all know. But big breaking news coming out of the media just now. Big breaking news coming out of the media just now. This is regarding Koulibaly, who has been a potential Manchester United major priority target. Reportedly, he's actually lifted the mood now at Manchester United even more. He's sent the Man United fans into meltdown because reportedly, Paul Pogba put something on Instagram. And reportedly, Koulibaly has responded to his Instagram post, and Koulibaly's basically said, "Thank you for supporting me, bro. Congratulations with the goals and the victory, and see you soon. See you soon, bro." So this is what potentially Koulibaly put on. So that could potentially stir suggestions up. And reportedly, according to the media, Man United could go out all in all for Koulibaly next summer. And reportedly, we could be paying up to €120 million. I think about £108 million sterling for Koulibaly, because potentially he's just recently suffered racial abuse as Koulibaly. And potentially in the process, Manchester United have obviously had 3 bids turned down for the player. The recent one was £95 million. Man United had been talks, Ed Woodward had been in discussions with the Napoli officials, about getting a potential deal over the line. But he's a great central defender. He's a great Senegal central defender. He adapts every area of his game very well. He is only 27 years of age, so he's grown and developed well. He's still got a lot of years ahead of him, Koulibaly, and I know he would cost us a hell of a lot of money. I think we're keen on getting him in the summer, but obviously we've had now to play. He's still under contract with Napoli, as we all know, until 2023, as we all currently know. But I think he'd be a good leader in that line. He's got a lot of tenacity about his play, and he'd look good if you put him alongside Eric Bailly and you put him alongside Lindelof. I think Koulibaly, would look very good indeed. Napoli only paid £7 million for him, so potentially they'd make a huge profit on the play, because they only paid £7 million for him from Genk, as we all currently know. But I think that Instagram, Paul Pogba's post with the response of Koulibaly, because he's reacted to it, and all United fans are aware that's Koulibaly's responded to this. This could be a significant sign that it could be coming to Old Trafford. I don't think it will be in this window. I think it will potentially be in the summer, because in the process we've already had 3 bids turned down for the player. But he's a great central defender. He's good in the air as well. He's tenacity about his play. He's got a good pedigree in Europe as well. But Napoli know he's still an essential player to them, as we all currently know. But potentially we could go out all in all for him next summer. And reportedly the fee would be around 120 million. Euros, probably about £108 million sterling as well. But it would be a great major signing, as we all know, if we did get him on the board. And I said he'd be a good leader in our defensive line. I've still got a lot of defenders. We've still got injuries at the moment. We've got Phil Jones. Obviously, when he gets to run the games, he's good, but he's injury prone. Lindelof's improved this season. Bailly's got great potential, as well, as we all know. And I think he'd lead our back line very well with Koulibaly. So it'd be a great major sign, because obviously when we had Jose Mourinho, wasn't getting his major targets. The board weren't backing some of the signs he wanted to get in, and actually Jose Mourinho wanted to get Koulibaly to Old Trafford. But as we all know, in the process, 3 bids have been turned down at the moment. A recent one was a £95 million, but it did say Napoli demanded that they wanted around £90 million. But reportedly there's a rumoured fee going on that next summer Man United, could potentially offer around £108 million to get the player. He would become potentially the most expensive defender in the world, as we all know. But as I said, we've got a back line. We've got Rojo as well, who's good there as a backup option. He can play as a left wing back, he can play as centre, and he can also play as a full back as well. We've still got Small in there, who's under contract until 2022. He has I think this is his 9th season now with Manchester United, Chris Smalling. So we do have options at the back. I still think, players could leave. But we know that Toby Alderweireld has been a potential Manchester United target as well, obviously. he's nowhere near on the same levels of as the likes of Koulibaly. But Koulibaly's never played in the Premier League, and it would be good for him to experience the Premier League, play amongst different players, and experience a brand new era, because he's been at Napoli since 2014 as a Koulibaly. But Toby Alderweireld, as I said, I still like Toby Alderweireld. I said I have reservations about him. I think he's lost he's lost the pace a little, but he can be a world class central defender. But as Tottenham have confirmed, they've extended his current contract until 2020. They've also added a 25 million release clause, so potentially he will be available for 25 million next summer. Tottenham do have to get rid of him for 25 million next summer because it is his 25 million release clause, Toby Alderweireld. But Man United have been linked with him, as we all know. He's Premier League proven, and I think he'd be a good leader at the. Koulibaly's versatile, Toby Alderweireld's versatility is very, very good as well. He can play as centre back, he can play as a full back. Contovia Alderweireld as well, and he's Premier League proven, as we all know. And Tottenham still have other options at the back with Davinson Sanchez, Serge Aurier, and all that. And they also have got Vertonghen as well. But as I said, Man United in discussions last summer of getting a deal over the line for Toby Alderweireld. Tottenham were demanding too much money, and there's been no sign of him signing a new long-term deal with Tottenham, as we all know. But potentially he has also been a potential Manchester United target as well. But Toby Alderweireld would be still a decent signing, but Koulibaly would be a huge, huge sign, if we did get him on the board as well. And as I said, we've also been interested in Milan Skriniar from Inter Milan. As we all know, we've still been keeping track of him, as we all know. He's obviously Inter Milan. He's still got 3.5 years, 4 years left on his deal. The best under-21 Slovakian player in 2016, as we all know. The current the player, and he's now at Inter Milan, as we all know. Milan Skriniar, I think he's reportedly rated at around £75 million. He can play as a centre back, he can play as a defensive midfielder as well. Can Milan Skriniar, but we have reportedly been interested in him as well. Milan Skriniar, and so he used to play for Sampdoria as well. Did Milan Skriniar. But I think Inter Milan did say they were keen on getting him a contract renewal, Milan Skriniar. But obviously, Inter Milan last year recommended a new director in called Beppe Marotta. Whatever his name is it Beppe Marotta or something like that? I can't remember his full name, but I think it did say Inter Milan wanted to sanction a couple of players off to invest some money because potentially reportedly they're under financial fair play regulations or something like that. But yeah, reportedly we have been interested in him as well. As I was saying, I think we still need a defensive midfielder. I still think we need a winger as well to Carnage. And I think defensive midfield, because we've got Matic and Fellaini, they're both slow players. They don't have much tempo to the game, as we all know. And as I said, I think Fellaini will leave Manchester United because I don't see how he's going to fit in this new regime with Manchester United. We've had him since 2013, Marian Fellaini, but he's too slow. He doesn't have any pace about his game. He can be good at winning headers, and that's about it. And Matic is too slow. As I said, I had reservations about him when he come. I know in the past he won the title and that with Chelsea, didn't Man United, but he's slow. But he can pass the ball. But he has proven himself in these 3 games so far with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. But I potentially think, we do need a defensive midfielder in there. Potentially someone who's got a lot of tenacity, someone who's got, who's fluent, tenacity, who's quick on the ball, who's fast. And that's one of the key areas where Manchester United needs to strengthen up. And I think Tanguy Ndombele, suitable, player. There's been a few teams reportedly interested in that Tanguy Ndombele. Reportedly Manchester City have just had a £45 million bid turned down for the player. Reportedly he's reportedly rated at around £70-80 million. He is only young, so he has got a lot of years ahead of him. And reportedly his performances, he's a very competitive defensive midfielder. And reportedly his performances for Lyon have been very, very good. His performances for Lyon didn't they for £7.2 million because he, last season he was on a 1-year loan deal with Lyon, as we all currently know, made his France international debut. His full France international debut in 2018 as well. And I think he'd complement our midfield very, very well, and he would be a good defensive midfielder. But as I said, and I think we need a defensive midfielder that's quick because Matic is too slow, Fellaini's too slow, as we all currently know. As we all currently know. But as I was saying earlier on about a potential winger that I think we need, because I definitely think, the right-hand side does need addressing at Manchester United. Of course, I said maybe we need a right-back, but get the lot in for Ashley Young, as we all know. But I think if we get a centre-back in, we get a defensive midfielder, we get a right winger. I still think we actually need a backup striker. I think we're sorted, but the rest of it's sorted because Rashford's a number 9, Martial's a left winger, Lindelof's fine. De Gea's fine, but as I said, there's still key areas where we do need to strengthen up. And the right hand side, a good winner, Memphis Depay, potentially. He didn't flourish under Louis van Gaal, did Memphis Depay, as we all know. He's currently now at Lyon. He's been in scintillating form with Lyon, as we all know, since he's been at Lyon. He's been very, very good. Didn't make an impact under Louis van Gaal, as we all know, Depay. But I think he's got a buyback clause in his current contract as Memphis Depay. We heard the rumours sometime last year. Should Man United go back in for him for him to make a return to Old Trafford? But United are not really known for giving players second chances, as I said. But I think whoever Solskjaer does get into the team, as we all know, I think they will definitely flourish under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. I think Koulibaly would definitely flourish under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. I think Alderweireld would definitely flourish under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer because he knows what he's doing and he's got the team playing very, very well. But in terms of Memphis Depay, as I said, he did well with PSV. He isn't up their youth system. He was there a good 4 years, was it? Something. He scored 50 goals in 124 games in all competitions. He also was their top scorer in 2014-15. Won the Eredivisie title with PSV as well, did the player. Potentially, he didn't really make an impact when he come to United. Didn't really make an impact, but he's done well at Lyon. Reportedly, France Football have rated him as the best young player in the world. He got nominated that by France Football, the best young player in the world as well, Memphis Depay. But reportedly, he's got a buyback clause in his current contract as well. Potentially there's a few winners that I'd love to come to Manchester United. That time, was it back in the summer of 2017, was it, or something like that? And we heard a bit about it, in the last summer window about Ivan Perisic. I was potentially disappointed that we didn't get Ivan Perisic because he can play attacking mid, he can play as second striker, you can put him on the wing, so his versatility is very, very good, Ivan Perisic, and I think he'd have developed himself well at Manchester United, especially good at Solskjaer here. But obviously at the time we didn't get Ivan Perisic because the summer of 2017 or something, if I can remember rightly. Obviously Inter Milan were demanding that they wanted around £48 million at the time. Man United obviously were reluctant to pay up to £48 million, but I think Man United had a couple of bids turned down for Ivan Perisic at that time. He's obviously played for Club Brugge, Borussia Dortmund and Wolfsburg and all that, and he has won honours as Ivan Perisic, and he has made an impact at Inter Milan. There were rumours coming out last summer saying they were reducing their asking price, demanding that they wanted around £31 million for Ivan Perisic, but he's quick, he's strong, his dribbling's good, he's very, very good in the air, he's got good physical attributes, he can put crosses into the box as well, so potentially Ivan Perisic, I'd have liked him to come to United, because obviously I think we need a winner because Sanchez isn't delivering the goods at the moment, and I think the right hand side does need addressing in the Manchester United team, and we know also we've been interested in Douglas Costa, and I'd love Douglas Costa. I think he'd be a great signing for us. He'd get first team football at Manchester United. Douglas Costa's obviously now at Juventus, but since Ronaldo's arrival, Douglas Costa is not getting enough game time. But he's got a pretty decent pedigree. Juventus permanently signed him for £36 million. They triggered his release clause. According to last year, Man United, according to the Italian press, reportedly Man United had put a £54 million bid in. Reportedly, Juventus had turned this down. I don't think we're going to get him anywhere, but I think he'd be really, really good. He's got a lot of tenacity, versatility, good. He's mainly a winner. He can play in each win. He can actually operate in an attacking midfield position as well, can Douglas Costa. But as I said, I'd loved him. He can put crosses into the box. His dribbling's very, very good, as I said. And, when he was young in his prime, he was very, very good, with Bayern Munich. Had 5 good years with Shakhtar Donetsk and began his career with Guerrero. So, but yeah, potentially, if you just tuned in, if you've heard the news about Koulibaly, I'm just giving you some Manchester United transfer rumours. Potentially, it said he's responded to Paul Pogba's Instagram account thing, and he said thank you for my support, bro. Congratulations with the goals and the victory, and see you soon, bro. So that has actually stirred up suggestions, but reportedly said Man United are going to go out for him next summer, and reportedly the fee is going to be around £108 million. Man United have had 3 bids in the process turned down for him, but he would be a fantastic signing. He really would be a fantastic signing because, especially when we had Mourinho, we wasn't getting his number 1 targets. We was getting as like a second or third choice targets, just like we did with Matic, because at the time there were better options out there than Matic. There were Fabinho, there were Dyer, there were Nainggolan, who was a good box-to-box midfielder. So potentially, especially in the Mourinho era, we wasn't getting his number 1 targets. But Koulibaly would be a major sign, as we all know. I think the last major signing we actually made was actually Juan Mata. He was the best signing we made. That's the last good signing we made. was Juan Mata, to be quite honest, because you can put him in the middle, you can put him on the right as well. So that's latest news to update you with Manchester United. But if you've been reading some more media reports that's going on in the press, as I said, I think Solskjaer should get the job on a full-time basis. As I said, it's 3 wins out of 3 now, 12 goals scored. As we all know, 3 wins out of 3, 12 goals scored. Pogba providing against Cardiff, 2 of 3, getting 2 goals against Huddersfield, getting 2 goals against Bournemouth, and also getting an assist against Bournemouth as well. I think Pogba's a number 10, whether you put him in the midfield or a free role. I think he's doing very, very well under Solskjaer, but I think he's good in the number 10 when he's just behind the centre forward, which is actually Marcus Rashford. But as I said, he's like 2 players in one when he's playing that well. I think he would have left this January window if Mourinho would have still been here, but now he's going to definitely stay because the players are getting the best out of Solskjaer. Solskjaer's getting the best out of the players, and Pogba's playing very, very well. He's been the star of the show, as we all know. He's expressed himself. His passing's very, very good. He's defensive. He's defending very, very well as well. He's Paul Pogba making them runs, and there's a lot of players making runs in behind. We're getting full-backs high up the pitch, which is good to see, creating chances, scoring goals, and we are playing together as a team now, and that's Ole Gunnar Solskjaer that's done this. Solskjaer basically said everybody's going to get the chance. He says he was discussing about rotating, but he did say everybody's going to get the chance, did Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. He knows the culture of the club, he knows the traditions of the club, and he knows the club inside out, and there's Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, as we all know, because he was a great player for 11 years from 1996 to 2007, won 6 honours, scored like 126 goals. And obviously, he's worked some of these players in the reserve team, and he's watched them grow and develop, as I currently said. But I think these players are going to flourish under Solskjaer. I think young players, he's going to give youth a chance, and I think young players are going to grow and develop under Solskjaer, because he said everybody's going to get the chance. This is what Solskjaer did say. And obviously, Solskjaer said as well, he's happy. He's happy fulfilling the managerial role. He did say he'd like the job on a full-time basis. Did Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, as I said. But we have spent a lot of money. We've invested a lot of money. But now the way we're playing at the moment, this team is becoming a replica of what the team did and achieved under that 27 years of success with Alex Ferguson. Days are returning now to Manchester United. It's 3 wins out of 3, 12 goals scored. But as I did pinpoint, there's still areas that Manchester United, we need to address in our current team. As we all know, we've got a contract. We need to think about contract renewals because we've got a catalogue of players, that are coming to the end of the deals, as we all know. But as I said, there's been other managers' names mentioned in the media, as we all currently know. Potentially, Marco Rose has been mentioned. He'd be a backup option, obviously, if we fail to get Mauricio Pochettino in. He was mentioned yesterday in the media as I was watching Marco Rose. Potentially, he's the Red Bull Salzburg manager. Reportedly, he's managed the Red Bull Salzburg's youth team as well. Potentially, also won he got to the Europa League semi-final with them, I think, last season. Won the Austrian title with them in his first season as well, reportedly. And actually, throughout his playing career, he played for VfB Leipzig. He also played for Hannover 96, and he also played for Mainz 05 as well. He mainly played for Mainz 05 in his playing career. Reportedly, we've added him onto our shortlist. Reportedly, if we fail to get Pochettino in, reportedly. So his name has actually been mentioned as well. He's called Marco Rose. He's the Red Bull Salzburg manager, so he manages the Austrian team Red Bull Salzburg. I've actually never heard of him until his name got mentioned in the press. But yeah, I've never ever heard of him. But as I said, he's been mentioned. But I think if Solskjaer isn't to get the job on a full-time basis, I think he will if he carries on. Who's to say he won't get the contract and stay as Manchester United manager? Because obviously he loves the club, as we all know. He's got that winning mentality, the right mentalities in the team, and he's got the team motivated, as we all know. And the players are playing for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. But as I'm saying, guys, Pochettino, I think if Solskjaer doesn't get the job on a full-time basis, I think obviously the club is still thinking of recruitments. They're thinking of recruitments to get a full-time manager in at the end of the season. As we all know, if it isn't Solskjaer who gets the job on a full-time basis, I think it will either be Zinedine Zidane that comes in, to be honest with you, because I know Pochettino is the number one, but I just don't think Pochettino will leave Tottenham. I think he's fully committed to Tottenham. He's happy with Tottenham. Is Mauricio Pochettino, as we all currently know. He seems very, very happy with Tottenham. Does Pochettino? He's only spent £50 million there since 2014, as we all know. He's got a good team. He's good at developing young players, but he hasn't won out in terms of silverware as a manager. Mauricio Pochettino. He hasn't won out in terms of silverware. Mauricio Pochettino, but he's Premier League proven, as we all know, and he understands philosophy. As we all know, does Mauricio Pochettino, and he's been managing since 2009. Played 18 years in his playing career, and it would cost the club around £40 million to recommend him in at the end of the season. We could use that money to get a signing on the board. So potentially, I think Pochettino's fully committed to Tottenham anyway. He has got 5 years on his deal, Pochettino, but he's still the likely favourite if Solskjaer doesn't get the job on a full-time basis. But I don't think Pochettino will come because I just don't think he'll leave Tottenham. He's got a new stadium coming up. Obviously, and I think he's happy at Tottenham because he's only spent £50 million since 2014. Tottenham's mainly built around him, as we all know. And I think somewhere along the line, Pochettino may feel as though one season he can win the league with Tottenham or get them some silverware, which he's never ever won any silverware. But I think Tottenham still may need a couple of signings, in this January transfer window for them to be potentially compete, as we all know. But yeah, I don't think it will be Pochettino. I think it will possibly be Zinedine Zidane, as we all know. We know that Zinedine Zidane's been mentioned. He's got a great managerial CV. As I said, he's never played or managed in the Premier League as Zinedine Zidane. He's obviously been managerless since May as Zinedine Zidane, as we all currently know. But potentially, yeah, he's got a great managerial CV. He was very, very good at Real Madrid. He won honours, including 3 Champions Leagues. He used to play for Real Madrid and Juventus as well. In his playing career, did Zinedine Zidane. He has had negotiations with his current representatives about coming to managing English football, as we all know. And I think he's destined to come and manage in English football. Is Zinedine Zidane, as we all currently know. But yeah. I think he could be amongst one of the favourites if Solskjaer doesn't get the job on a full-time basis. But Zinedine Zidane he's never managed or played in the Premier League, but he's dealt with top players, as we all know. And as I said, since Ronaldo left, and since Zinedine Zidane stepped down as their managers, which was in May, they haven't been the same team. Real Madrid, they are struggling. They've got some players that are out of favour, as we all currently know. So potentially, yeah, there's been a few managers' names mentioned, as we all know. But my expectations for 2019 now is to get Man United competing, and with the likes of City and Liverpool, get us up there competing and challenging for major honours, and that is potentially our target. Potentially, we know Bay's suspended for Newcastle tomorrow, so he won't be playing. He's got a 3-match suspension. I think it will be Jones. Alongside Lindelof, I should presume. I think Darmian may be coming into the team, reportedly, according to the media as well. Maybe I think Fred and Dalot should come into the team, or at least one of them come into the team. I think Fred needs more game time, in my opinion, to get playing to his potential level. I think Dalot needs to come in as well for Ashley Young. So he will make a couple of changes for tomorrow's game. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, as I said. And Lukaku, as I said, I think Rashford's the number 9. Lukaku, good to see him, score against Bournemouth. He came on as a substitute and it was good to see him score. But we do have concerns about his first touch. He's a big game bottler. As I said, he's struggled for consistency this season. He scored 27 goals in his first season. But as I said, I think Lukaku can dramatically improve under Solskjaer. I think Sanchez is definitely going to be in contention against Newcastle, and he's going to get the chance against Newcastle as well because he's been out with a long time with a hamstring injury. But as I said, I think he'll do very, very well. I think Sanchez could prove a point under the management of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, because obviously now we know it's a different style of play, as everyone has been speaking about. But Sanchez is on £500,000 a week, but he will get the chance to prove himself under the Ole Gunnar Solskjaer reign against Newcastle as well. It looked likely he was going to play against Bournemouth, but he didn't. As we all currently know. And as I said, Solskjaer still wants Martial to sign a new long-term deal. He wants David De Gea to sign a new long-term deal, as he has mentioned as well. He's obviously confirmed as well that Valencia is going to still remain the captain. As he did confirm. In my opinion, I'd give it to Paul Pogba. To be quite honest with you, I would give it to Paul Pogba. But yeah, Martial coming to the end of his deal. He turned down the previous contract offer, did Antonio Martial. But as I said, Man United have been in discussions. His representative said he was pessimistic about him signing a new contract. But he did say, he confirmed during last summer, his representative, that he said that Martial actually wanted to leave Manchester United, as we all currently know. But it won't happen. I think he will end up signing a new long-term deal because he's grown and developed very, very well, just like Rashford, and they're going to grow and develop even more. And in terms of Rashford, he's definitely going to be staying here. You know, he's risen up the ranks very, very well. He's a Manchester lad. He's been a Manchester United player since the age of 7, as we all know, and he's been great this season. You know, he's been playing to his potential level, you know, especially recently, you know, scoring against Bournemouth as well, and providing an assist as well. That was lovely play from Rashford to get past two of them Bournemouth defenders, to get past two of them Bournemouth players. As I said, it said reportedly Real Madrid are interested in him, but he's not interested in going to Real Madrid. You know, Rashford, he wants to stay at Manchester United. He is under contract till 2020. As we all currently know, he's got a good pedigree of scoring on his debut as well, Marcus Rashford. But yeah, reportedly Real Madrid have been interested, and they're known for buying Premier League players. They bought like 23, you know, since 2000. I said with David De Gea situation, there's been no sign of him yet signing a new long-term deal. As I said, the same situation with Martial, really, because Martial signed a 12-month extension on his current contract. Where we had the option to extend it by 12 months, we have. So we've done that with Martial and David De Gea. We activated David De Gea's clause for a further 12 months, as we all know. He has not yet signed a new long-term deal, but I think he's happy at Man United. He's potentially the best goalkeeper in the world. He's won the Club's Player of the Year 4 out of 5 seasons, as we all know. He's also won some at Buzzer Player of the Year quite a few times. He's made over 300 appearances in all competitions, you know, since he's been here. You know, he's been here since 2011, so he has been here a good 8 seasons now as David De Gea. We know he was on the verge of joining Real Madrid in 2015, but it didn't happen. We also know that potentially Juventus have been monitoring him. Paris Saint-Germain have also been interested in him as well. But I think he's going to be staying at Manchester United, David De Gea. I think, you know, he will sign a new long-term deal, hopefully, you know, because potentially, you know, I hope he does. And obviously, George Mendes represents De Gea, as we all know. And he was actually in discussions, was it last year, sometime about, you know, with Juventus, about him potentially making a move there. It did say at one point Paris Saint-Germain willing to offer him like a 4-year contract with about £300,000 a week and around £60 million fee. But as I said, you know, he did say at the time that he wanted to know what was happening with Mourinho and stuff like that. And he said he was happy at Manchester United. But obviously now Mourinho's not here. And there's a change now. As we all know, we've got Solskjaer. He will stay anyway. I think he's happy to stay here, as we all currently know. And he's progressing up the ranks very, very well. As I said, used to play, obviously, for Atletico Madrid. But yeah, that's the latest Manchester United transfer news to update you with. As I said, you know, giving you the news about Koulibaly. Reportedly, suggestions have stirred up. It's put the Manchester United fans in meltdown. Reportedly, that you know, Koulibaly has responded to Paul Pogba's Instagram post saying, "Thank you for supporting me." He said that, congratulations. He said, "Thank you for supporting me, bro. Congratulations with the goals. Congratulations with the victory. And see you soon, bro." So potentially that's going to stir up suggestions. As we all know, Koulibaly would be an absolutely sensational signing for Manchester United. He'd be a good leader in our back line. He dramatically improves defensively. Look what Liverpool did. They got Virgil van Dijk 75 million, and he's dramatically improved their defensive line very, very well. And the defence was bad with Liverpool's, but as I said, you know, Klopp suggested deficiencies. He's got a good team. Liverpool are top, as I said, now with the table, and it looks like they could win the league this season, which they've never ever done. But they've got a great attacking trio with Salah, Mane, and Firmino of Liverpool. And his Klopp spent about £400 million in 6 transfer windows. You know, they were the biggest spenders, of course, last summer as well. But Liverpool potential targets they want. You know, obviously they've got Shaqiri now, who's been very, very impressive for them as well. So potentially Klopp's, you know, got the experience of winning titles. He won a couple with Borussia Dortmund, as we all know. But Liverpool have got a tester. I know they're comfortably Arsenal 5-1. They haven't lost yet, but you know, they have got a tester against Manchester City on Thursday, which is going to be a great, great game. You know, to be quite honest with you, I think there's going to be a lot of last-ditch tackles. There's going to be a lot of tenacity in the game. There's going to be a lot of chances created. I think there's going to be quite a lot of goals in the game as well, because both sides have got quality and good players, you know, to get goals in that game. As we all know, well, saying that, it was actually 0-0 in the Anfield clash. But, yeah, I think there will be definitely goals in it as well, because City have got De Bruyne, City have got Sane, City have got Aguero and stuff like that, and they've got good players in Man City, so to with Liverpool. So potentially it's going to be a great game, and it will be interesting to see, as I said. But yeah, so what do you think to the Koulibaly news? This is Manchester United's transfer news. Drop your comments, likes below on the channel. If you do consider a subscriber to the channel, as always, and take care. God bless, guys, and I'll see you all again on my next video. Bye.